Hey guys, it's Jess. I'm back here with some tips on how to help work with your child at home if they're home because of the coronavirus. So a lot of parents are reaching out to me. It's Monday morning, New Jersey. A lot of schools are closed. I think nationwide, a lot of schools are closed as of starting today. So parents are just saying, "Oh my goodness, it's not working." They sit in school. They're not going to sit at home. Parents are saying, even, I knew this was going to happen because they never really sit at home. They don't even sit at home for dinner or for 5 minutes. Why would they sit at home for school? All right, let's regroup. Let's just talk about, first of all, the fact that at home, kids usually don't sit. Kids usually get to do what they want to do when they're home. They're home, they're in school, they're sitting all day. They come home and they do what they want. So home is not paired as a place to sit. So school is paired as a place to sit. So what that means in technical terms and ABA terms is that schools become the SD, and we'll just look at it as the cue for sitting. So they know when they go to school, they sit. At home, they don't have that same association. So the first thing you have to do as a parent is to create that association for your child. Now that may be really challenging. And here's the reason, is because you're going to have to unlearn that home is a place not to sit. So the number one thing that I can recommend for you, and this is going to be hugely helpful if you have the ability to do this, is you're going to create a place that your child has never been exposed to before in your home. That could be simple. It could just be, I know no one wants to go out, but if you can get something from Amazon, get a small desk, a small table, try to make it as close as to what they're usually used to sitting at school, and you're going to put it in your home. And it could be even if your child's never sat at your desk, your home office, if you have one, having them sit there to do their work. You want to have something that a child has never had an association with before, to create that new association. If your kid is not used to sitting at the kitchen table, or they're not used to sitting on the couch, in general, you've had a lot of issues with them being able to sit there, don't try to use that as a space. Try to start fresh. It'll be a lot easier because then you're just going to create a new association rather than needing to unlearn an association and then create a new association. So if you have for example, like obviously tables are supposed to be where kids sit and eat, but a lot of kids have trouble sitting and eating at a table. So the table could have historically been a place where you had behavioral issues and you had arguments with your child. Don't use that space if you can avoid it at all costs. The second advice I'm going to give you is to have some sort of cue on the table where your child's going to be sitting. So let's say you do get a desk from Amazon. If you can, print up a picture off of your computer of someone sitting there and put a visual cue so your child can visually see what they're supposed to be doing there. The third advice that I'm going to give you is to make sure before you call your child over to the table, whatever you have that you're going to be working with, that you're going to have it already at the table. Now, the fourth advice I'm going to give you is that this is where reinforcement comes in. You really, really, really have to make sure that essentially you're reinforcing your child staying at the table. I've posted videos, is ABA bribery, and I talk about reinforcement, being able to show kids what the correct response is. Sometimes it really is just kind of bribing them to get to the table. You have to just kind of get them to the table. It means having something that they want. If you have something that they want, they're going to be a lot more likely to respond the way you're asking them to. It's just how it is. We could get into a philosophical debate about whether that's okay, but that's the reality, is that your child's going to be a lot more likely to listen in the event you have something that they want. Here's the other thing that I want to talk about. When we first start doing ABA, we do what's called pairing, meaning we create fun associations with things. We go in, we create great relationships, we build rapport. So when the therapist or the child sees us, that they're excited. When you're first trying to get your child to sit at home, it's probably not going to work to do discrete trial training for the first few days. It's probably not going to work to do your lessons for the first few days. Anyone who thinks that they're going to be able to pick up and do everything that their child was doing in school and just move it to home is truly delusional. It takes time. It doesn't work. So if you're sitting there at home thinking, oh my God, what's wrong with me? And you're stressing out, there's nothing wrong with you. Your therapist didn't start off doing that either. Your teachers didn't start doing that either from the very first day. It takes time. So here's what you're going to do right now. Discrete trial training, take it, throw it out the window. You're probably not going to sit there the first day and get your child to work on letters if they don't want to do that, or sit there and try to get them to work on actions or whatever other things you're working on in discrete child training. Features of animals, not going to work the first day. All you want to do the first day, the first week, and hopefully this passes by, but as long as it takes, just get your child to sit. You're literally going to be teaching your child to sit at home and to attend to activities at home that they normally wouldn't have to do, because kids usually have a free-for-all when they get home. And it's not because you're a bad parent, it's because that's what home is. It's a place where kids get to go and unwind. It's their space. And now that's changing a little bit, and it's going to be hard. It's going to be an adjustment. So what you want to do is, for the first few days you're doing this, or the first few hours of every day, as long as you possibly need, just do fun things at the table. Get your child used to doing something that they like at the table, so they pair it as a fun place. Now, it could be Legos, it could be a puzzle, it could be anything that's fun, Play-Doh, different sensory activities. I have videos that are called, sensory activities you can do at home. You can do anything, drawing, even just taking the iPad and bringing the iPad and having them sit with the iPad at the table. Create the table as a place that they have a positive association with, but do make sure they're sitting and engaging in some sort of appropriate sitting behavior there. You do want to be careful. It's a balance, because you are going to have the table as a place they're going to be doing work and they want to sit. So you don't want to make it so the table's like this place where they're doing this excessively motor activities and fun, so that way they have this difficulty then transitioning into work. But you do want to make sure that it's paired as a place to sit, and that the more fun the activity is, the more likely they're going to sit. So make sure it's kind of a relatively quiet activity, or definitely a sitting activity, but make sure it's a fun activity. So don't start with the things that are hardest. Start with the things that are easiest and gradually build up and get harder. That will make a huge, huge difference in your child's success. So I really, really hope these strategies help. Take it easy. It's going to take time. Don't stress yourself out so much. You're doing amazing. You're doing the best you can. I am here to support you. I'm making videos all day. I have this big, big list of questions. I'll be answering all of them with a video. If you want to get your question on my list, head to my website, hopeeducationservices.com. Your child may be home, you may be homeschooling them right now, but you are not alone. I've got your back. We're in this together, and we're going to make it work. All right, guys, I will be in touch soon with just another video in a few minutes.